Come on in, pull up a chair, and take a load off because today I am going to be taking a first look and paging through Dungeons and Dragons Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden from Wizards of the Coast. And we'll be diving into the latest adventure supplement for D&D right after this. Howdy, 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 gang. Yes, I'm Jeff McAleer, back once again as your host here at the Gaming Gang channel. As I mentioned in the open, I am going to be taking a first look at D&D Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden in just a moment. But first off, I wanted to remind you, if you like this video, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already. And if you do subscribe, don't forget, ring the notification bell. It will not only let you know when I upload videos such as this, it'll also tell you when my live stream, The Daily Dope, airs Monday through Thursday nights right here on YouTube as I bring you the latest in tabletop gaming news. Of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com. We are celebrating 10 years of bringing you the latest in gaming news, reviews, and a whole lot more. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. So we are taking a look at D&D Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. It is from Wizards of the Coast, written by Chris Perkins with Stacey Allen, Bill Benham, H.H. Carlin, Celeste Konowich, Dan Dillon, Will Doyle, Michaela Ebel. I'm hoping I'm getting these, relatively correct as far as pronunciation, Ann Gregerson, Chad Quant, Morgan Robbins, and Ashley Warren. This 320-page hardcover arrives in stores on September 15th. It does have two different covers. It's got a standard cover as well as an alternate cover. I'll show you the alternate cover when we're done taking a peek at the book. This hardcover is going to carry an MSRP of $49.95 when it arrives, as I mentioned, September 15th. So let's swing on over to the other camera and take a peek at Icewind Dale. Very cool. I like this cover. I like the cover artwork. It's kind of cool, and it does carry on to the back. There's a little creature. I'm not sure what that is, kind of looking on. So it's like, no, please, no. All right, let's take a look at the back here. Take a quick peek at the text on the back. Some secrets are worth dying for. An Icewind Dale adventure is a dish best served cold. Beneath the unyielding night sky, you stand before a towering glacier and recite an ancient rhyme, causing a crack to form in the great wall of ice. Beyond this yawning fissure, the caves of hunger await. And past this icy dungeon is a secret so old and terrifying that few dare speak of it. The mad wizards of the arcane brotherhood long to possess that which the god of winter's wrath has so coldly preserved, as do you. What fantastic secrets and treasures are entombed in these sunless hearts of the glacier, and what will their discovery mean for the denizens of Icewind Dale? Can you save 10 towns from the Frostmaiden's everlasting night? Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden, is a tale of dark terror that revisits the forlorn, flickering candlelights of civilization known as 10 Towns and sheds light on the many bone-chilling locations that surround these frontier settlements. Sweet! Very, very cool. So this is an adventure for levels 1 to 11, so you can jump right on in. Let's crack this open. Do want to mention this arrived about 45 minutes ago. So this is fresh. Whenever I do a first look, I never actually really crack open the book until we're taking a first look. Honestly, I hadn't looked at any of this. I've unpacked it. Wizards of the Coast was kind enough to send some cool goodies. So that was pretty sweet. We'll have some giveaways in the future. Yes. So stay tuned for that. I think I'll roll that out for the review. Do some giveaways when I do my review of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. So we've got a lot of illustrators here. We'll take a moment so we can kind of take a peek at those. Of course, if you're watching on a small device, you're not going to be able to see those. If you're watching on a TV, well, you're going to be able to make those out. So we're going to dive on in. As I mentioned, 320 pages. And outside of the sell sheet info that Wizards of the Coast has released, I don't know anything about this. But I am pretty excited because I always love to see when Wizards of the Coast makes a return to some of these classic locales like Baldur's Gate or Waterdeep or Icewind Dale. So welcome to the Far North, talking about the book itself. It gives us a bit of a flow to the adventure and dissecting the adventure, talking about some of the NPCs. It's giving us a breakdown of the various different chapters. Looks like we've got 7 chapters overall. Going to give us a little bit of a pronunciation guide. Cool. Got some character hooks as far as your character backgrounds. Creating Goliaths. Okay, that's pretty cool. How I died. All righty. So for your reincarnation, using secrets, characters are going to have secrets. Nice. And once again, this is supposed to be kind of a dark and scary adventure. So just in time for Halloween. Get it about a month and a half before Halloween rocks out. Of course, Wizards of the Coast does have the Curse of Strahd revamped that is arriving in October as well. So we're going to take a look at 10 towns. So we're going to get a background on the settlement that the characters can use probably as a base of operations early in the adventure. Because I'm going to take a guess. Once they get into that glacier, things are not going to be very easy to get back out. That's just, I'm taking a stab in the dark. It's just kind of the impression I get. Like the artwork so far. So we've got some, looks like we've got some nature spirits there. So we have the town of Bremen, the lake monster. All right, that's kind of cool. Do want to point out, there are probably going to be some spoilers that we're going to run across because this is an adventure supplement. I am paging through it. So if you are a player who is hoping that your dungeon master is going to run Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden, this might be the time to bail. See you next time. Bye. Okay, so it's just dungeon masters and me left, right? Nice. So we're getting a bunch of locale information to start off with. And I definitely am digging the artwork. One thing I appreciate with the 5th edition releases so far is that they're not overflowing with artwork as we had seen in the past. Sometimes we would see almost half the page space devoted to artwork, which I'm the first to admit, I love good fantasy role-playing artwork. But then again, I also want to be able to have a lot of gameable material in my books as well. Good Wolf, Bad Wolf. The Frost Giant Ice Lounge. There we go. So once again, we are just early on in this book. We are looking at the various different locales. This is all still chapter 1, the Cauldron Caves. I am flipping through this rather quickly, for one, because it's 320 pages long, and also because I know some folks out there kind of freak out with some of these first looks, these page throughs, that they think, oh my gosh, the pirates can actually copy the book, which that is certainly not how role-playing game piracy works. Nobody's out there grabbing screenshots of a video, but rather than listen to people, complain about it, I'll just kind of quickly flip on through here. Oh, chapter 1 is pretty long. We are already 85 pages in, and we are still in what's considered to be chapter 1. Uh-oh. Kelvin's Cane. So I'm going to take a guess. This is probably approaching that glacier. Maybe. A mountain climber meets his doom on the slopes of Kelvin's Cairn. Hmm. This, interestingly enough, because this is coming out in the fall, and I can figure this is probably going to take most gamers a while to get through. Kind of cool. You got a northern frost and frozen locale, so it kind of fits in with winter for many people. So that's kind of cool. Aha! Icewind Dale Chapter 2. So get some encounter charts. Awakened Beast encounters. Crag cats. Frost giants riding mammoths. Nice. A reindeer herd. All right, so then we have a map of the locations in Icewind Dale. A snowy owlbear. Cool. Speaking of snowy owlbears, Wizards of the Coast just had a special, I want to say it was for charity. They had I want to say it was a snowy owlbear. Well, I know it was a snowy owlbear. I think it was a dice pouch, but it was actually the figure, a plush figure of a snowy owlbear. It was actually kind of cute. I don't know if it's still available or not. I know I shared a news piece about that a while back. As I mentioned, I believe it was for charity. I might be wrong on that, but I think it was for charity. All right, so we've got the cackling chasm. Looks like there's some knolls there. That's actually kind of cool artwork of the knoll. I like that. So far, so good. I'm hoping this is a good adventure. I really do. And of course, I will have a review in the near future. I will do my best, and I'm usually okay at doing this. I will do my best to get the review out before this hits stores. So you'll have a little bit of a better idea of what I think of the adventure. Of course, once again, any review is just an opinion. And I'm the first to admit not everything is actually tailored for my tastes. So just because maybe I'm not excited about something, and I'm not implying that this isn't going to be an awesome adventure, but I like to point out to people just because something may not have been my cup of tea doesn't necessarily mean that it's not right for somebody else. And that's what I usually do with my reviews is try to point out what I liked about the game, what maybe I don't like about a game, or I think needs a little bit of work. And that goes as far as role playing games and adventures as well. But I try to point out who I believe that it's a good fit for too. Right, so we've got the Lost Spire of Netheril. A dwarf adventurer explores the upside down spire of a lost city. Ah, nice. Revel's End. Oh, it's a prison. Oh, wow, that's kind of cool. So it says the remote prison of Revel's End contains many of the Sword Coast's most dangerous criminals. Aha. So there is a prisoner there. It looks like you may need to get some information from that prisoner. Maybe that's why you're actually going to the prison. Rainy the Goliath helps the Griffin hatchling gain the confidence it needs to fly. Nice. Are they playing some basketball? Oh, it's goat ball. It says goat ball is a favorite sport and pastime of the Wormboom Crag Goliath. Oh, I'm sorry. Worm Doom Crag Goliath. That's kind of funny. So there was the Worm Doom Crag. Sunblight, we're on to chapter 3. Trouble in the Fortress. So there is a I guess this is the Fortress of Sunblight. Okay, moving right along. I was just about to say it looks as if they're trying to keep the read alouds fairly short, as we can see these lighter blue boxes. And then, of course, just as I was about to say that, we get this. And it's kind of funny because Wizards of the Coast themselves have stated that more than 2 or 3 sentences of read aloud is not necessarily a good thing because people start tuning out. And I completely understand that. I completely understand the read alouds tend to put people to sleep if they go long, just and on and on and on. But there are ways for you to take read alouds and kind of tailor them to your own style. And as long as you have the bullet points of what's in the read aloud, so you understand what's going on, you should be fine. All right. So kind of strangely enough, this artwork is actually kind of coming out kind of weird on camera, kind of strange for some reason. I don't know why. All right. So here we go. We've got a flight path of a dragon. Well, the dragon scourge. There we go. Aha. Says heroes are all that stand between 10 towns and certain destruction. So the chapters are much shorter. I was going to say, we're running out of pages, and now we're on chapter 5. I believe, if I remember correctly, there were 9 that we saw. So this is Oral's Abode. It's an island of Solace. Jeez. It says Naz Lantimir is dead, but her weasel familiar yet lives. Okay. Frostmaiden sculptures. There we go. Looks like this is a tomb. Maybe this is the tomb of the Frostmaiden. Caves of Hunger. All right, so I think this is where that fissure is that the players have to go through. So this is chapter 6. Opening the way into the Caves of Hunger. Yeah, we've got a map as well. Maps look pretty nice in this adventure as well so far. Null vampire? Jeez, okay. The Thing in the Ice. Oh, so it's from John Carpenter's The Thing, huh? That would be a pretty wild fantasy adventure, right? Do something with John Carpenter's Thing. That'd be pretty wild. Oh, wow. That is pretty cool. Doom of Itherin. Maybe this is the final chapter. Maybe it was 7 chapters I saw. So you'll find a necropolis. Hmm. Kingsport. Okay. The Wellspring of Answers. I am not even going to attempt to pronounce that. Sweet. I think that was it. I think it is 7 chapters, not 9. Okay. Dealing with the Arcane Brotherhood. Because as far as I understand, the heroes are trying to recover something. And the Arcane Brotherhood is a rival faction. No doubt they're evil. And they are attempting to find that as well. So we get an epilogue. Here we go. First appendix, we've got trinkets, character secrets. Got a nice artwork spread there. So we've got different creatures. Talking about the Arcane Brotherhood here. It says the Arcane Brotherhood is a cabal of powerful wizards that operates out of the Host Tower of the Arcane, a multi-spired structure that towers above Luskan, a city south of Icewind Dale on the Sword Coast. All right. So it looks like we've got some different creatures. We also have, it appears to be some NPCs in the mix as well here. It's a brain in a jar. Well, I guess that's better than in a box. All right. So that's a cool looking armored dragon almost. Shardalon. It's a guess on the pronunciation. It's a Chewinga, a tiny elemental spirit that lives in plants, rocks, and rivers far from civilization. I think these are little too. We saw some art, I want to say, of them. There we go, right here. Well, that's not the same art. But I was going to say they had some utensils that they were holding like weapons. So there you go. Got the Crag Cat, the Cold Wind Walk. Was it Cold Light? Oh, Cold Light Walker. Almost said Cold Wind. A Frost Druid, Frost Giant Skeleton. There we go. There's that Knoll Vampire. A Goliath Werebear. Ice Troll. Oh no! It's the hair. It's just a rabbit. Bring out the holy hand grenade, right? Knucklehead Trout. Okay. Cobalt Zombies. Cobalt Vampire Spawn. Nice. Okay, so we're going to get some spells, or is this just... Yeah, it looks like we've got some new spells. No, maybe not. It just says living spells. Oh, it's they're still considered creatures. Okay. I saw the spell there and I was like, oh, are we getting some new spells? We've got a good amount of new creatures and monsters in this bestiary towards the end here. There it is, the snowy owl bear. But then they show a picture of a sperm whale. Boo. So, I think, if I remember right, I think the snowy owl bear is already in the monster manual. A tomb tapper, verbeeg, and a yeti. And that must no doubt be the yeti tyke that's chasing down that hare. All right, so we get some magic items. Hopefully, with some good magic items. I'm not a fan of just like what they tend to consider book magic items, where it's just kind of bland. It's just +1, +2 against dragons. It's like okay. So it looks like we've got some books as well, and then we have the Rime of the Frostmaiden. There we go. Good deal. And we also have a map. So we have a poster size map here. Looks like we've got a lot of the locales on it as well. So that's cool. And a little bit of an afterword from Chris Perkins. All right, and that is Dungeons and Dragons Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. So that is our first look and page through. Also wanted to show off real quick the alternate cover. So this is the alternate cover. It is artwork by, what is it, Hydro 74? Let's look. I don't want to have the wrong name. Hydro 74. Okay, I was right. I didn't want to have like the wrong number. That was my problem. So this is the Hydro 74 alternate artwork cover. This should also carry an MSRP of $49.95. It is only available in friendly local game stores. You cannot get this online through Walmart or Amazon or anything like that. You got to go to one of your friendly local game stores in order to get this. I'm going to take a guess. The print run on this is going to be smaller than the print run for Icewind Dale. Last thing I do want to show you, and I will have a separate video that I will do for this. We also have the Icewind Dale Rime of the Frostmaiden Dice and Miscellany set. So cool. As I mentioned, Wizards of the Coast sent me some cool items. One of them is, believe it or not, it is a scarf. Now it's a women. I shouldn't say women. It's a woman's scarf because it's very thin material for Icewind Dale. It's kind of like, okay. So they said I think it's a map. I haven't taken a peek at it, but there's a bunch of cool goodies that they sent along. They sent along another dice set with a white dice bag, right? With the ampersand on it. And of course it's white, or a little off white because of Icewind Dale. I thought that's kind of cool. They sent me some notebooks and all this other stuff. I'm like, wow, they're really going all out with this release. But I am going to actually have an unboxing video and we will take a look at this. I'll have that out pretty quickly. I might even have it out by tomorrow, turn around and get that out. So very cool. So just wanted to share some of the other items that are out there for Dungeons and Dragons Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. All right, let's swing back over to the other camera and I will wrap up. So there you have Dungeons and Dragons Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. So that's our first look. And of course, did a nice deep dive in the page through as well. So you got a good look at what the book has in store for you. As far as the adventure itself, I don't know. I got to read it. So I will do my best to have a review out before this hits stores on September 15th. Once again, it is going to carry an MSRP of $49.95. All right, that's it for this time out. If you like the video, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already. And if you do subscribe, ring that notification bell. It'll not only let you know when I upload videos such as this, it'll also let you know when my live stream, The Daily Dope, airs right here on YouTube, Monday through Thursdays, as I bring you the latest in tabletop gaming news. And of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com. We're celebrating our 10th anniversary. This is actually our 10th anniversary week as I record this. And we provide you with the latest in tabletop gaming news, reviews, comics, movies, TV. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. All right, so until next time, as I have been closing out all of my videos, unfortunately, during this pandemic, please let me remind you to be smart and stay safe. Oh, you're still here. Well, if that's the case, let me point out that the things I'm going to be pointing at, if you are just watching the Daily Dope stream, you may not see what I'm pointing at. Usually it will take about 12 hours once the stream is finished for YouTube to allow me to add my end screen. But if you're watching one of my other videos, such as my reviews or interviews, first looks, pastures, what have you, well, then by all means, click right here and you can subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel. If you click right up here, you'll find the latest episode of my live stream, The Daily Dope. And if you click over here, that's going to show you something that YouTube thinks you might like. Regardless, once again, I'm Jeff McAleer, and thank you very much for watching.